Morath told me ultimately it's about the future of the students in the Beaumont ISD and their needs. Here's an extended look at our discussion.
So what is the reason for the state takeover of the BISD at this time?
So state law in Texas is very centered on meeting the needs of students. And there's a provision in state law that if you have a single campus in your district that has failed for 5 years in a row, then the Texas Education Agency is required to intervene. And unfortunately, we have a couple of campuses in Beaumont ISD that have really seen chronic academic failure, been an F rated for 5, 8, 9 years. And we really just can't allow that. But even beyond those campuses, the majority of campuses in Beaumont ISD are actually D or F rated. Only about 30% of the students in Beaumont are actually on grade level. So fully 70% of kids in Beaumont are either a little behind or really behind grade level. And our obligation is to give them a better academic and learning opportunity. I mean, we want to make sure that kids have access to schools that are filled with love, but also discipline. There's no love without discipline, but that they are learning how to read and write and do math. They're learning her history. They're learning science. They're learning the arts. And so the intervention is necessitated to try to change the course of the academic future of the kids in Beaumont and improve as rapidly as possible the academic quality of the schools in Beaumont. A board of managers essentially replaces the leadership of the board of trustees temporarily, and it's this new leadership environment that we hope will lead to significant academic improvements for our kids.
How long will this takeover last?
So it's hard to predict with specificity. State law requires that a board of managers stay in place until the school or schools in question reach at least C levels of performance for at least 2 years. But ultimately, we don't want to see this happen again. I want to make sure that the nature of the systems in Beaumont have changed to such a degree that there are no more multi-year failing campuses in Beaumont ISD. And so our objective is to get to that point as rapidly as possible. And then when we reach that point, then return back to the Board of Trustees.
You mentioned a board of managers. How will the board be selected?
So we have a page on our website open today. Your viewers can go to, and we are looking for people that live in Beaumont ISD to apply, individuals of character and integrity to say if not me, who, if not now, when.
About the future of Dr. Shannon Allen, will she remain on board or will there be a conservator put in place?
So let me start by saying I am grateful for the service that Dr. Allen has provided. She's a highly skilled superintendent in the state of Texas. When a board of managers is placed, the Commissioner of Education, so me, is required to name a superintendent. So we will name both a new superintendent and a board at that time.
Okay, so what would you say to parents and the students who are concerned about the future of the school district? You may have parents saying, okay, at this point, I'm just going to pull my kid right out of the school district. What do you have to say to the community?
Yeah, well, I'll start with, I'm also a dad, so I'm not just Commissioner of Education. I have 4 kids that are in school. So when I think about my own kids, and when I think about kids in Beaumont, I want us all to have the same quality education. So our goal is to make sure that the schools are as effective and as supportive as possible at educating young people. We are going to try to communicate directly with parents in Beaumont in the very near future, have the district send out a communique from me. Today, nothing is actually changing. Still the same school system, same leadership, same local leadership. But there will be changes coming. But every change that is made is going to be made to make sure that we see academic improvements in the schools, improvements in reading, writing, science and social studies, improvements in the arts, improvements in extracurricular supports to kids. Our duty is to provide parents with access to the best schools we can, so that if they choose to put their kids in the local school, that it gives their kid the best shot at being successful in America as possible.
And once again, Commissioner of Education Mike Morath says the takeover will begin in the spring.